Well, it's election day. We've been putting up with it for months, and now the time has finally come. And I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. The polls close in about 45 minutes here on the East Coast where I live. So results will be coming in soon. And like I said, I'm not here to tell you how to vote, but I got some thoughts I wanted to share just to try to ease your mind, like I have learned to do with mine. Many years ago, and I'm sure you know people that are just absolutely obsessed with the politics, the right versus left, and all that stuff. I know several people like that. I used to be like that. Many moons ago, I used to work at a car dealership, and I worked by myself. And all day long, I listened to talk radio. I would watch it on TV with, Sean Hannity, shows like that, essentially talk radio on TV. And I would just wreck my nerves over politics. And I can't believe they're doing this, and I can't believe people are voting for that. Then one day, I had a light bulb go off in my head. It was multifaceted. We'll talk about the other part in a minute. Somebody shared, I don't know if it was this one specific thing, but someone shared a fact, and when I thought about it, I'm like, that's pretty true. And you always hear people say, well, both parties are trash, they're both the same, different sides of the same coin, or both are wings on the same bird, kind of thing. Somebody pointed out to me one time to let you know, no Republican president has ever made the government smaller. Like, they're always promised to do it, but they never have. And I got me thinking, at the time I was already tired of seeing, the people you vote for. I'm trying to keep this as neutral as I can, okay? But you see the people that you vote for doing things that they said they wouldn't do, and you get aggravated, and I'm just kind of like, I'm tired, there's no good choice when you go to vote. This person over here, they're crap. This person over here, they're not as crap, but they're still crap. And you get fed up with the process. And at that point, I was researching. I'm not a libertarian, by the way, but I just got this book in the mail. I do want to know, that's the problem with libertarians. Like, they all disagree on what a libertarian is. So it's hard to figure out what exactly it is. But I was just fed up with the whole process, and it's like, why do I care? Like, why do I invest so much time and energy into following this circus? Like, it's not good for my mental health, or probably my physical health either. And I just kind of started stepping away from it. Quit listening to talk radio all the time, and quit. I want to say it was after, might have been 2016 election. I think it was 2016 election. I went on my Facebook page and I unfollowed almost every single political page that I followed. Done. Same thing on my Twitter. Got rid of most of all my political stuff that was pumping that garbage into my eyeballs, that I would sit there and just stew over it and worry about it. Another thing that got me was the fact that there is no such thing as unbiased media. You know, for a long time, they told us the media is biased, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I understand that. I agree. And it's that way on both sides. If you're a leftist, you can watch MSNBC. If you're right wing, you can watch Fox News. But one thing that got me was, you know, like I said, I went to Facebook and I unfollowed all these pages. Well, before that, there was a page I was following, and I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it had the word red in the title to make sure that you knew it was Republican. Well, on the pages Facebook suggested was the same page, but with blue instead of red. So these people had one page where they fed Republicans a whole bunch of garbage to get them riled up, and another page where they fed liberals a whole bunch of garbage to get them riled up. And I was like, man, just done with this, you know? Done with this division, because that's all they're doing is trying to keep us divided, trying to make one side hate the other, and I'm done with it. I've had enough of it. And I noticed also, I was watching my local news one day, and they did a story, and by the book. The whole story was by the book. And then after the story was finished, the newscaster, just one sentence, just tossed in his opinion. I don't remember what it was, but I remember watching that and being like, man, y'all just can't stop, can you? You just can't help yourself. You can't just report the story and then shut up. You got to just toss your little opinion in there after after you're done. So I said all that to say, peace unto you. Election season is done. Don't spend so much time worrying about it, especially, you know, things that you don't really have no control over. That's another one of the light bulb moments I had. Like, people share stuff on Facebook, argue with people in the comments, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, none of that does a dang thing. One time every 4 years, 2 years, depending on how you look at it, I can go to the ballot and I can cast my vote, and that is the only thing I can do. Posting stuff on Facebook, political stuff on Facebook, ain't gonna change nothing. Arguing with people on Facebook ain't gonna change a daggone thing. But I can vote. Now, granted, there's arguments whether that actually matters, but it's the one thing I can do. I can go vote. So, most of y'all know I'm a Christian. I don't hide that fact on here. What is the Christian perspective in all of this? The Bible says, pray for your leaders. So do that. If the person you want to win the election wins, pray for them. If the person you didn't want to win wins, pray for them. Pray that, you know, their agenda won't be achieved if you want to. But pray for your leaders, because regardless of what side they're on, they're there because God allowed them to be there. And keep in mind, you know, we live in a society these days that listens not to hear, not to understand. People don't listen to understand. Like, if you're arguing with somebody about politics, they're just waiting for you to be done so they can make their point. They're not listening to understand. They're listening to respond. So don't be that kind of person. Be someone that listens to understand the other side, you know? And one thing that has turned me off about the whole process and why I quit following politics, and I'm not saying that like I'm totally ignorant of what's going on in the government or the world in general. I've just decided that I'm not going to let major corporations, media, give me the information. I'll go get it somewhere else. But one thing I have learned is life goes on. Life goes on. Everybody says every time we have a presidential election, this is the most important election in our lifetime. I'm like, you said that last time. But every time we've had a presidential election and the candidate I wanted to win didn't win, life went on. Sure, things change, and like a lot of the things, a lot of the policies that the president puts in place, not all of them necessarily affect me, but on the ones that do, we adapt and we live our lives just like we did before, maybe for better or for worse. I know groceries are expensive, I know rent is high, I know that, but we get by and we survive and we figure it out. Life goes on. I just wanted to take some time today. I was at work thinking about making a video on the election, not, political, but just kind of see if I can ease somebody's mind. Then I saw Barry's video over at Barry's Analog Insights, and I was like, yeah, I think I am going to make a video today. So I just wanted to, calm some fear. People are just so, there's enough things in life for us to be worried about and to get us stressed about, rather than worrying about which millionaire is going to be running our country for the next 4 years. And a lot of the things that politicians say they're going to do that get us worried, like, oh, well, so-and-so said they're going to do this. Well, sometimes you look into it, like, they don't even actually have the power to do that. So keep that in mind. A lot of the campaign promises that we hear, that we like, or the ones that we fear, they're probably not going to happen anyway. So just wanted to come on here and see if I could assuage, there's a word for you, vocabulary word for today, assuage some fears. So y'all have a good evening. Sitting up watching your election results. I'll probably turn it on here probably later, probably because the polls close at 7, but it's going to be at least an hour before you start getting any real results. So I'll probably turn it on around 9-10 o'clock, see what's going on, check in before I go to bed. But you want to be an informed citizen for sure, but you don't want to be obsessed to the point where, I know people that are like older people that are obsessed to the point where I worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all have a good election night. Don't let it stress you out too bad. Like, I know there's good, I know there's bad, but don't let it steal your joy. The Lord is my joy, not whoever's in Washington or whoever ain't in Washington. I've been Stormin' Norman. I have said things. See y'all next time.